Every year, people around the world come together to celebrate Easter, a time of renewal, joy, and reflection. Easter has deep roots in history, originating as a Christian holiday to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. One of the most iconic symbols of Easter is the egg, representing new life and rebirth. Easter is often a time for prayer, reflection, and church services to observe its religious importance. On the first Good Friday, Jesus was betrayed, arrested, and condemned to death by crucifixion. Matthew chapter 27, verses 27 to 50. After his crucifixion, Jesus' body was taken down from the cross and laid in a tomb. Matthew chapter 27, verses 57 to 61. On the third day, which is Easter Sunday, Jesus rose from the dead, conquering sin and death. Matthew chapter 28, verses 1 to 10. Since the first Easter about 2,000 years ago, the resurrection of Jesus Christ continues to impact lives and transform societies. A notable example of a transformed life in the first century was Paul. He was zealously persecuting Christians, believing they were heretics. After his encounter with the reality of the resurrection on the road to Damascus, his life changed. From a persecutor of the early Christians, he became the chief spokesman for Christianity. Fast forward to the 5th century, Ireland was divided into various tribal kingdoms. These tribes often engaged in conflicts over territory, resources, and power. St. Patrick, a former captive turned missionary, experienced a profound encounter with God's love and the reality of Jesus' resurrection. His faith transformed him, and he dedicated his life to spreading the gospel message of hope and salvation in Ireland. St. Patrick's missionary efforts brought positive changes to Ireland, promoting ideals of compassion, humility, and community. Concepts such as forgiveness, charity, and the dignity of all humans influenced interpersonal relationships and societal values. In the 21st century, there is Lee Strobel, a former atheist and investigative journalist. Strobel received his law degree from Yale before becoming an award-winning investigative reporter. Despite his professional success, Strobel faced personal challenges, including struggles in his marriage. In 1981, Strobel was drinking too much and was on a path to divorce. It was then he decided to start an investigation into Christianity. 2 years later, after extensive research and interviews with experts, Strobel encountered compelling evidence supporting the reality of Jesus' resurrection. Strobel's encounter with the truth of the resurrection led to a profound transformation in his life and faith. He concluded that less faith was required to believe in Christ than it did for him to believe in atheism. Strobel embraced Christianity, and his faith journey became the subject of his best-selling books and speaking engagements. Another notable example is Nick Vujicic, born without arms and legs. At the age of 8, Vujicic began to lose hope of ever having a functional and thriving life. He went into a depression that lasted 5 years and ended with an attempted suicide. One day, Vujicic realized if God has a plan for the blind man in the Bible, he must also has a plan for him. Through that transformative encounter with the reality of Jesus' resurrection and God's unconditional love, Nick discovered renewed hope, courage, and a profound sense of purpose that transcended his physical condition. Nick Vujicic's faith in the reality of Jesus' resurrection transformed his perspective on life. He became a renowned motivational speaker, inspiring millions with his message of hope, resilience, and faith. The resurrection of Jesus is not only a historical event, but it also continues to change lives today. Just like Paul, Patrick, Lee Strobel, and Nick Vujicic had life-changing faith experiences, we can all be transformed by the power of Jesus Christ's resurrection. It is a power that gives hope during